I was born and raised right here in North Philadelphia at 11th and Poplar. I grew up in a church called the United House of Prayer for All People, where gospel brass bands are the musical feature in the church. My father, the late Norman Bradshaw, is the person who actually taught me how to play trombone. But the music that I listened to was everything from hip hop to jazz to gospel. I think that's one of the reasons why my sound is so soulful. That's why the way that I play is so lyrical, playing the words, the lyrics. And my father always said, if I can't hear the words of the song, then it's pointless. I need to hear the words. So when I play, I'm singing. It's an extension of my voice, and that's what Jeff Bradshaw does. Breaking into the business, I was a sideman to Jafar Barron, jazz trumpet player, and met a guy named DJ King Britt, and they were playing at these really cool little clubs. Silk City was one of my favorites at 5th and Spring Garden, where it was back to basics night, and we were like, you know, going back and forth, DJ to band, band to DJ, DJ to band. But from that to being around like A Touch of Jazz, which was a Jazzy Just production house, which had great producers. It was the 6 incredible producers that I started with down there. So I was just in the right place at the right time. And all of these artists that were being discovered, I was playing with them on stage. I was recording on their albums. So when it was time for them to get these record deals and go on tour, I just happened to be on the records and playing with them live, which in turn got me on the road with some of those artists. In 1996, I was called by James Poyser, Philadelphia great producer, member of the Roots, and Amir Questlove Thompson, to work on a song with a girl named Erica. That's the day I met Erykah Badu. That's the day I recorded a song called Other Side of the Game. When I heard that song on the radio, that's when I knew I was on my way. I have toured and recorded with people like Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind & Fire, The Roots, Jill Scott, Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, Patti LaBelle, Tyler Perry. Man, the list goes on and on. So not bad for a little kid from North Philly. And Will Brock, my dear friend, he was the first person to take me in the studio and say, hey, let's record some of your music. And the first song was Can You Come Over, a song that features one of Philadelphia Songbirds, Carol Riddick. And the first time that I heard myself playing an original song over my own music, and I was like, ooh, this could really be good. And little by little, it came together. So Bone Deep was my first album. Bone Deep is my baby. I mean, I came right out the gate smoking. Then 9 years would go by. I don't know who was next to be up, but I knew that I waited 9 years to release another album. But thank God that I was a touring musician who was in high demand. And then 2012 came Bon Appetit, my double album. There was some amazing, great music on that double album, and really started coming into my own as an artist and touring. Jeff Bradshaw on the marquee, Jeff Bradshaw on the marquee. People love my live show. Man, I love your music. When I saw you live, I really got it. I always heard that. So I said, okay, let's do a live album. I want to go to one of the most prestigious music venues in Philadelphia, the Kimmel Center, to the big room, and I want to record a live album. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But I was like, why not? I don't care if it hasn't been done or not before. I'm going to do it. I called Najee and Kim Burrell and Marsha Ambrosius and Bilal and Robert Glasper, Eric Roberson, Tweet. I called Take Six. Everybody that I had a relationship with. I said, hey, I want to do something historic. I want to be the first African American to record a live album at the Kimmel Center in front of my hometown 3 blocks from where I played on the street corner at Broad and Chestnut in front of a bucket. They all agreed, and the rest is history. Jeff Bradshaw and friends, home, one special night at the Kimmel Center. It starts with your own perseverance. I got to this point in my career because I wanted it. And I wasn't going to allow anybody to tell me that I couldn't have it. I wasn't going to allow anybody to tell me that success wasn't in my reach. All I knew was that I have a gift. I know when I play, there's nobody in the world that sounds like me. Now, I'll be dropping a new album in 2019. The album's called Stronger, because that's where I am. Everything about me and my life and my music and my relationships are stronger. Mentally, spiritually, stronger. I'm still here and still making history. I am blessed.